Watching a movie called Air with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Jason Bateman and Viola Davis and her husband. Yeah, I guess her husband plays James Jordan. I think. I think I saw some of that. But was Marlon Wayans, was he supposed to be George Raveling? Because who was he? He was supposed to go see George Raveling, and you're like, that doesn't look nothing like George Raveling. Why didn't they get somebody that looked like George Raveling? Is it Marlon Wayans, George Raveling? Hell no. And by the way, and George Raveling, he's a black guy that act white, right? Yeah, he's like Dan Majorly. He was like the Black Bobby Knight. Yeah, George Raveling. Yeah, no, he was like the Black Bobby Knight. He was not at all. Like he's an undercover. No, he probably has mayonnaise on his sandwiches and shit. And you'd be like, no, man. George Raveling was very white-like. Okay, he was very General. Hey, they're stupid. Dumb Negroes. They got to get their shit together, right? And but he had a disciplinarian thing that some guys liked to, about him and stuff like that. Maybe like Stuart House. I liked Stuart House. Of course, I liked one of my favorite college basketball players, and I also liked him in the pros was Don Collins. And yeah, I really like Don Collins a lot. And but yeah, I liked a lot of George Raveling's basketball teams. I think he had Craig Lelo too, who I really liked too. But yeah, George Raveling, I couldn't have played for him. No, I'd be like, man, you yell too fucking much. You need to get your shit together, man. You need to respect me if you expect me to respect. You need to respect me if you expect me to respect you. I ain't gonna be get yelled at and treated like I'm a stupid little kid. I'm a man, and I expect to be treated like a man, and I'll treat you the way I treat my father. But if you start abusing me, I'm gonna check you and say, hey, you don't abuse your children. You need to get yourself straight. Knock it off, right? And so, yeah, I will check people. When they're doing something wrong, I let them know. Okay. And so, and then I'll just go play basketball somewhere else. I'll go play at Appalachian State or something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta stay at Washington State. I ain't gotta stay at University of Iowa. You know what I'm saying? So, it's up to yours with Red Hot Poker Coach. I can go anywhere I want, right? That's what's his name? Robbie Benson. Robbie, yeah, the dude from Beauty and the Beast, Belle. And Pooh and Mary Belle. No, that's Gaston's voice. Oh yeah, how does he? Yeah. Fine, then don't eat it all. She's being so unreasonable. But yeah, I was like, that Robbie Benson, man. That's Robbie Benson being the Beast. Yeah, that's man. Wow. He can do the deep voice really good, man. Yeah, I'm impressed. He feels like Robbie Benson. Yeah. Isn't he Billy Joe McAllister? I think he is, right? But I'd be sitting there watching this movie, right? And you got and Ben Affleck, is sitting there going, I went to go see this dude who's a multi-millionaire who owns Nike and all that, and it's like, you went to go see a pimp that puts money on people's feet and denies the Lord's Prayer, and you're impressed? What the fuck? I mean, if you met me, you'd probably shit your pants, huh? He's the Messiah, yeah. I'm certain that if rich people, famous people, had access to me and met me tomorrow, that they'd all probably want to shit their pants. Am I hyperventilating? Oh my gosh, we're living the Lord's Prayer now. We're not brain chemical addicted. Everybody knows who he is. We're not on or Access Hollywood anymore. We don't take time away from our children and pretend to be something we're not for make-believe money. And he ended all our brain chemical addiction and oh my gosh, anxiety and joy and oh my Lord and Pixar me up the ass, right? And so I was watching Bugs Life and I was like, man, the propaganda on this is like off the hook, yo. You don't really think about it until you sit there and watch it again. And you're like going, okay. It's about haves and have-nots. And grasshoppers just do what grasshoppers do. And ants, fucked. If they're mean, evil little shit, you get down on the ground. If you're a bird and you're hurt, they will kill you. They will get down on top of you and they'll swarm on you and they'll eat you. Alive! Ants are something you don't want to fuck with. And you keep them out of your kids' bedroom and keep them out of, you wash, keep yourself clean. Like I was just told my kids, if you don't like bugs, don't feed them. So keep the house clean and it keeps them in check, and then they're out looking around for, and then you can, roach, and you have roaches will get in your cabinets and shit all over your silverware. They shit everywhere. When there's one in my sink and I have to get every morning, wash them down and then shove it down with the back end of a fork and then wash off the fork, they shit all over your your sink. Roach shit. It happens every other morning around here. Okay? In my kitchen sink. Okay? I live in the desert, New Mexico and stuff like that, in a house. I bet you'd even have, unless you go around trying to make your life Disneyland and put down chemicals that could rot the balls off a bull and stuff like that. This even happens in Ashton Kutcher's home or Charles Barkley's and shit. So shut the fuck up. Everybody you got to, Johnny Clegg and Skavuka, you got to swim with the crocodiles in the river. You got to swim with the sharks in the sea. You got to live with the crooked politician. You got to trust your lover when you go away. Keep on believing tomorrow brings a better day. Sometimes you laugh when you're crying inside. Yeah. Just eat fun. Yeah. Do you understand? Okay. So, all you people out there being prostitutes for corporations. Okay. The apocalypse is real. When I was walking back from the mailbox today, they were talking to me and saying, Earl, you're a culmination, not of events, but of faithful people. The reason why you are so strong and able to do what you did and what you're doing, what you still have to do, is because of everybody. Like Muhammad told me that. If I take credit for it exclusively, they'll all step out from under me and I'll fall into hit bottom and break my ass. Seems like leaving Earth is an arduous task. I'm sorry, I'm counting out G. It's one of my favorite episodes. I'm a spaceman. Yeah, it's a good song. But I think it's on this YouTube. But I like Al's raps. Noah's favorite is Free by Jay Sly. And Everything Is All Good trended more and more people liked it than any of Alan Gibson's. Jay's are very emotional, and that's why I think people get into more. Al's analytics are just wow. But one of my personal favorites of theirs most people don't get into and didn't like was Reality is Tragedy. And it's a real good one. And Al's favorite was So Sweet in Your Ear, but he felt a little embarrassed about my daughter listening to it. But Reality is Tragedy, no, he didn't, What would have happened to my family? Why they went out on me? If love runs out, they must have had the wrong batteries, battled me, bruised me. And then Jay Sly, what do we look like? A selfless blob of existence. It's a really good song, very analytically, very astute, and very thoughtful. Because both of them were really into J. Krishnamurti, and I liked listening to J. Krishnamurti. Okay, so when you listen to Judy Krishnamurti, you think radically different than other people do. And you look at life from a different perspective when you're listening to and trying to understand and live more like Judy Krishnamurti, okay? One of the most beautiful men in the history of the world because of a culmination of faithful people that the spirit of that man lives through, okay? He's like Krishna, Buddha, and okay. Yeah, Judy Krishnamurti was one of the most, G. Krishnamurti is the biggest hoax of the 20th. No, he wasn't. He was the real deal. Everybody that knows and goes and looks and reads his books and hears his public talks and watches. Eugene Krishnamurti was an angry, mean, jealous kiss ass to academics and scientists. And Judy Krishnamurti wouldn't do that. He would try to help enlighten them. He tried to get them to look at life eternally. He tried to get them to be humble and intelligent and work together. All this stuff on the news that I watched on the PBS NewsHour with all these, new tech jobs and all that stuff. No. We're already inundated with shit. It's just like having too many Nikes, too many Adidas, and too many Converse. All right. I got one phone. It's 5 years old. I use this one phone that's 5 years old because they updated the things so it doesn't use up all my memory and stuff. To get on here, I can't talk as much because Facebook banned me. Okay. I could talk more. I don't need to spend more time. I stopped because I spent too much time talking and they didn't spend enough time listening. And they were just using me for manipulation to attack other social media moguls to say that they're bad and we're good. I don't know what YouTube's doing. I hope that I don't think Jeff Bezos has control over YouTube. I'm certain that the U.S. military here in this corridor has control over YouTube. I don't think Jeff Bezos can burp without the military's permission. Just like everybody around here is scared of their own fucking farts because they're scared of the military. I'm not afraid of the military. If they kill me, I'm still the best person that they ever killed to try to hide their patheticness in this corridor where they're the world heroes and the great philanthropy superheroes of the immortals and all the dipshit morons, the brain chemical addict fucktards. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm always going to say it because I love you, and we need to live the Lord's Prayer. And if you don't live the Lord's Prayer, I will cuss you upside down upside one week and downside the other, all the way to next millennium and back again. Hell yeah, because you deserve it. All right, but I still love you. Okay, but you show me that ass. Oh, you bet. Oh yeah, Lord.